guys, and welcome back to another division video. In this video I will be going over my weekly HVT rewards, and as you can see I did get them all done again. There was 8 of them as usual, and as I've said before, you get quite a bit of things for them, not just gear and stuff, but I'm hoping you guys, that's been watching my videos, is actually going to be going in and trying to do their weekly HVTs. Now you can see 77 of 120, and I did have 50, so that means 27 items, possibly. But anyways, guys, before we really do get started, how about if you guys could give a like and share, that would be very much appreciated. Other than that, guys, how about let's start. Let's go to the guns. In the guns, we got a black market SASG 12S with 343% stagger with talents of train, self-preserve, and sustained. We got a classic AK-47 with 23% enemy armor damage, which is the highest you can get, with a talent of responsive, vicious, and swift. We got another classic AK-47 with 23% enemy armor damage, and the talent is meticulous, deadly, and sustained. We got a classic M1A 171% headshot damage, really good. Talents of determined, capable, and fierce. We got a classic RPK 74 with 15% damage to target out of cover, with the talents of commanding, determined, and competent. We got a custom M870 MCS with 337.5% stagger, with talents of determined, dominant, and talented. We also got a military L86 LSW with 15% damage to target out of cover, with the talents of accurate, capable, and predatory. We also got a military L86 LSW. Well, that's the second one we got, isn't it, guys? With the 15% damage to target out of cover as well. Talent of swift, competent, and self-preserve. Now, that is all of my guns I did get. Yes, I did get quite a bit. And in my mods, I do believe I've got 1 or 2 that I can actually show off to you this week that I did actually get. Actually, I got one. 2% pulse critical hit chance. And if anybody knows, if you don't know, that is the highest on performance mod as a pulse critical hit chance that you can actually get. Now, we're going to go up here in our chest. We earn a vest. We got a defense D3 FNC vest with 1941 armor on it, 1139 stamina. In the tributes, we got 9% exotic damage resilience, 15,386 health, and 51% ammo capacity. Now, as usual, I'll be telling you what I would probably change out with this. Being a D3 FNC defense vest, you're going to have your ballistic shield up with it. So, I mean, this is really good roll. More likely the stamina would be going up. Or if you think you need a little bit more firearms, that's what I do. We got a Firecrest vest. It's 1979 armor roll with a 1205 stamina roll as well. And the tributes are 5% health on kill, 4% all resistance, and 46% ammo capacity. Now, this is a Firecrest, so I'd be trying to get as much skill on it as possible. I mean, that's the way I like to run. Now we got a Tactician's vest. That's 1972 armor roll with a 1204 stamina roll. And we also got attributes of 5% health on kill, 8% skill haste, and 56% ammo capacity. That's really good because we already got our skill haste rolled on this. And what I would probably do is roll electronics, because it's a tactician piece of gear. You can roll it any way you want because people uses different gear for different purposes. But I'm just saying, if you was building a tactician. Then we got a Vested Nomad with a 1984 armor roll with a 1268 stamina roll as well, with attributes of 16,427 health, 4% health on kill, and 50% ammo capacity. Now this is Vested Nomad, and it's all about health when it comes to these. So I honestly don't know if I could even change anything to make it better. Alright, we'll go down here and we got a tactical vest. It's a 1935 armor roll on it. A 1250 electronics with a talent of robust. Increase the armor while uncovered by 10%. And we got attributes of 7% skill haste, 10% exotic damage resilience, and 51% ammo capacity. Now, this is just straight up to you. Now, increase armor while in cover by 10%. This could be worked with the mobile cover that I actually had. Also, the other like smart cover, so on and so forth. And if you're in cover, so this is a two-way edged sword here. So roll the way you want, but I would keep it the way it is more than likely. Alright, we got a operator's vest. It's 1989 armor roll on it with 1196 electronics roll and a talent of rapid. Decrease cooldown for healing skills by 15%. Now, major attribute is 6% enemy armor damage and 9% skill haste, and minor attributes are 55% ammo capacity. Now, this is rapid, so more than likely I would roll the skill up on this electronics right there from 1196 to try to get 1272, just because I want to be able to have more cooldowns on my skills. Alright guys, let's go on to the mask. We've got Predator's Mark mask with 952 armor roll on it with a 1201 firearms roll as well. We got attributes of 9234 skill power and 15% burn resistance. Now this is Predator's Mark. I'd be trying to get as much as possible when it comes to the firearms on this. So I'd be trying to see what I could get in minor attributes. Now we got a Striker's mask with 993 armor on it and a 1235 firearms roll. We got a 3.5% critical hit chance on major attributes, and on the minor attributes we've got 16% disorient resistance. Now this is as well another one of these DPS builds that I would possibly do with a Striker and Predator. So I'd be trying to get something doing in the minor attributes to come towards me to be better for my Striker build. Now we also got a tactical mask with 942 armor with 1266 firearm roll on it. Talent of refreshed. All healing is improved by 30% when in the last health segment. We got attributes of 7% enemy armor damage and 15% burn resistance. Now I would actually probably be trying to do something a little bit better in the minor attributes. Now we have, let's see, I got one knee, yes. We got a 1619 armor roll on tactical knee pads with 1209 electronics. We got a talent of prosperous. Headshot kills grant credit. So for all of you guys, it's really precise. This would really help you out when it comes to actually making more money in the game. We got attributes of 15,405 health. And we also got 32% burn resistance, 13% damage to elites, and 29% disrupt resistance. Now, this is just up in the air, whatever you want to do, but it already has damage to elites on the bottom and actually health. So the three attributes, not attributes, but the three major things like your electronics, stamina, and firearms, I'd be basing it on whatever build I'm trying to go after at the moment. Alright, now we'll go up to the backpacks. We have a Lone Star backpack with 1307 armor roll on it, which is very good. 1267 electronics with attributes of 11,820 skill power, 15% burn resistance. Now, definitely being Lone Star, it's kind of a DPS build in a way, but I would be looking what I could do with minor attributes and leave the skill power and electronics to where it's at. There's a pretty decent rolls. Alright, we get a Predator Smart backpack with 1316 armor on it. That's good too. We got 1170 on electronic roll and attributes of 15% stability and 55% ammo capacity. Now, the Predator Smart backpack, you always, in the Predator Smart, you want to try to get, your firearms up. More than likely, I would be changing my electronics over to firearms, but you may need that extra electronics to actually boost any kind of talents on your gun. So it's kind of up in the air. And plus, with just giving you an example, with the lightweight M4, it is stable, but it's not as stable as like the G36. So most of the time people are using assault rifles, and most of the time they are. So the stability right there would actually help out a lot. We got a Sensors Call backpack with 1208 armor, with 1171 firearms and 12,079 skill power and 53% ammo capacity on the attributes. I would definitely be rolling the firearms up from 1171 and trying to get at least 1270 or 1272. Now, we go into the gloves, and we got a Hunter's Faith gloves at its 988 armor roll on it, a 1245 firearms roll as well, with attributes of 1159 shotgun damage, 7.5% enemy armor damage, and 5% health on kill. Now, with this, you're looking at you're like Hunter's Faith. You go down here and you look, and you got optimal range, headshot damage, and hitting an enemy bullet grants you and your group temporary protection. The further away you hit them, the more protection that you get. Now that means you would not want the shotgun damage, so I'd be changing that out with something else. The MDR is really good for this because you can have pretty good range on it, and it hits hard to begin with, and you can shoot it pretty fast. So I'd be changing out shotgun damage on this. And we got a Lone Star gloves that is 915 armor roll on it with a 1257 firearms with attributes of 5.5% critical hit chance, 1283 shotgun damage, and 7% skill haze. Now this is Lone Star. It's got 8% of LMG damage and shotgun damage. So this right here, more than likely, I would be more than likely the skill haze to be changed out for critical hit damage, just so I can get more DPS out of it. Now that's the way I'd roll it, but maybe not you guys. We got a Striker's gloves with 954 armor roll on it with 1225 firearms, and attributes we got 6.5% enemy armor damage, 14% critical hit damage, and 5.5% critical hit chance. Now this is Striker. You want to be able to have as much DPS as possible. That's the way I'd build it, but maybe not the way you would. The enemy armor damage will be changed out for something else. That's a definite. Now, we have tactical gloves that is 995 armor roll on it with a 1137 stamina with that talent of cunning. After reloading, the next shot with this weapon has a 10% higher crit hit chance. And attributes are 2624 pistol damage, 7% enemy armor damage, and 4% health on kill. Now, more than likely, I'd never run this piece. I just wanted to show off because it was a pretty decent roll. And the thing about it is I'd be changing out the stamina on this for something else I need, or changing the pistol out for something else I need as well. Now, we'll go down to the holsters. We got a D3 FNC, also known as defense holster, at a 965 armor roll, 1213 firearms, 1128 stamina, 1238 electronics with a 3.5% critical hit chance on major attributes. Now, more than likely, I'd be rolling my stamina up on this. That's just the way I'd be doing it. And that seems to be all that I do have. Now, guys, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And, guys, this has been JustHitSquare, and this has been the weekly HVT rewards video. And hopefully you did enjoy the video. Guys, I will see you next time. Have a great day.